Alright, guys. First of all, I just finished Raw. It just went off the air. I apologize. This will probably be a late upload. Internet's slow. I tried to do a live stream, but I guess I got to download all these programs. But let's start talking right out the gate about this triple threat match. And this is your Raw review for February 15th, 2016. This was the go-home show for Fastlane, and it was in Anaheim, California. I liked the fact that Dean Ambrose is showing he is in it to win it. No Brock Lesnar tonight. You would think you would want him for your go-home show. You know, you could have done without him last week, maybe. Maybe you could have even done without him the week before. But you should have had him tonight. But instead, they decide they want him for SmackDown on Thursday. Making a big deal about it. 12 years since his last appearance on the SmackDown. Whatever. It's SmackDown. It's not important because it's taped. You should have Brock Lesnar on Raw. You keep seeing this tension being built up between Dean Ambrose and Roman Reigns. They even use Paul Heyman to try to help build this tension. Yet, you continue to see Roman Reigns acting as if everything's cool with him. They're brothers. And I'm going to touch on that more later. It just... They keep talking about the rumors of Dean turning heel, and I'm starting to see that's a possibility. Kind of bums me out. Man, because you have such a potential here with the way they've built Dean during this feud, with the way he's looked. You've got Daniel Bryan, who's no longer in the picture. He's retired. He's gone. Maybe he'll make an appearance at WrestleMania, but you're not going to have him as a wrestler, so who do you have? Do you push an AJ Styles? I don't see them doing that. The WWE's thought he's got to earn his keep if he wants to be here. So what should you do? You should push Dean Ambrose. He is the guy that you're going to want because Dean Ambrose is organically over. The crowd loves him no matter what. He did something tonight that should be booed for, right? It's a heelish type thing. He should be booed, but instead, the people started chanting, yes, yes, yes. Before I get too ahead of myself, this Raw wasn't the worst Raw I've seen, but for a go-home show, it just wasn't good enough, I guess. There wasn't really any build. They just, as they have been for the last 3 or 4 pay-per-views, just throwing matches together last minute, and oh yeah, this is going to be a match, and oh yeah, this is going to be a match. It's a go-home show. You get a match announced at the beginning of the show, and they open with it when it should have been the fucking main event. It annoys me to no end with the way creative for the WWE keeps booking this garbage. Like I said, wasn't the worst Raw, but for a go-home show, before your final pay-per-view, before WrestleMania, it sucked. It just sucked so bad. I can remember back in like 2000, No Way Out. All right, good example. You had Triple H and you had Cactus Jack going into a Hell in a Cell match, and they tore each other up on that Raw. They went for each other on that Raw. There was so much build. Rock and Big Show, at the time when Big Show was still relevant, they had build up for that, and you already knew this match was happening. There were so many things about that pay-per-view. You knew the Dudleys were challenging for the titles, and it was a big deal. Okay? You had Chris Jericho defending his Intercontinental title, and it was a big deal. But now, you look at the Royal Rumble. You didn't even know what the main event was till a couple weeks before. And then there was no build. It was just Roman. And they're attempting to get Roman the sympathy tonight with how they played things out. Tried to make Roman look like the good guy, the big brother, the sympathetic favorite. Well, for the last 2 weeks, he's had opportunity to come out, get in Brock Lesnar's face, and be the assertive face and a badass. WWE's not done that. Instead, it's been Dean Ambrose. And even tonight, Dean Ambrose came out looking like the badass. Where Roman Reigns, we're buddies. We're buddies. We've been through worse, and we'll be through blah, blah, blah. Just start to finish this pay-per-view. Yeah, sure it was. This Raw it didn't have anything really that popped, that stood out tonight. Literally nothing. And it's sad to say, with all the talent that's on the roster, and you had nothing that stood out in this show, that's bad. It's your go-home show. It's your show before Raw. And they kept trying to feed off of Daniel Bryan's retirement speech last week as something to grasp and grab people up tonight and make them want to watch. They tried to play off of that. No one fucking cares. If it's not Daniel Bryan there in the flesh, they don't want nothing to do with it. You've lost that. Whatever the reasoning being, whether he's retiring to get to go somewhere else or he really is having issues, he's gone now, and that's your bad. You have that issue. I'm going on way too long. I'm just kind of bouncing around on a lot of different things. Probably sounding like I'm making zero sense. So let me go ahead. I'm going to go ahead, get into this review. I'm not going to waste too much of your time. But the show starts off with Dean Ambrose coming out. And he immediately starts talking about last week and the situation with Brock Lesnar. And how when the biggest bully in the yard tries to beat you up, you do what you have to do. And that he did what he had to do. And that he wanted Brock Lesnar to come out, if he's in the state of California, if he's in Anaheim, to come out there and do it again. Well, Stephanie McMahon comes out and says that if Dean Ambrose wants to get an F5, he can have an F5, but just not in the way that he wants. Well, first of all, she stirred the pot, talking about how he didn't really accomplish anything last week. That if it wasn't for Roman Reigns coming out, he would have did nothing. But Roman distracted him, allowing him to get the low blow in, so that he basically accomplished nothing. And then told him that he was going to get the F5, but not the F5 he wanted. He was getting the F5 as in a fatal 5-way. Never heard of that before. I'm just going to be honest. I've been watching wrestling since I was 13, and I've never heard of a fatal 5-way. I've seen six-pack challenges. I've seen the freaking challenge match with 5 people. I've seen the championship scramble with 5 people, but they've never called it a fatal 5-way. The announcers even said, "Oh, it's a match that's so rare, it never really happens." Well, duh, Captain Obvious. That's what rare usually means. Doesn't happen often. Anyways, back to the point. So she talks about he's going to do this, and then if Roman Reigns comes out helps him in any way, Dean Ambrose don't even need to show up to Fastlane. He's disqualified. He's no longer a part of the triple threat match. And then she goes on to keep talking about how, but, Roman, that's his friend. He doesn't want to leave his buddy out there. She basically says Roman should come out there and help. Dean keeps his title. He's out of the match. It's a win-win for Roman. Roman Reigns never showed up. They didn't play on this, okay? And I think they should have. I think they should have teased it. Just Roman kind of steps out just to look. Doesn't go to the ring, just kind of steps out and looks. Just to have that Dean kind of going, okay, what the fuck are you doing? But the match starts off right away. Right off the bat, the first thing you see is Stardust come out. Why in the fuck is Stardust in this match? What is Starbuck? I was going to call him Starbuck. Stardust, Cody Rhodes. What has he done lately to deserve an Intercontinental Championship match? Okay, you had Kevin Owens come out. Cool, Kevin Owens deserves to be in this match. But why Stardust? And then you bring out Tyler Breeze even? I thought Tyler Breeze was on the shit list. I mean, I know he was in this match to do a couple high spots. He wasn't going to win. You knew that him or Stardust, neither would going to win. And they also brought out Dolph Ziggler. Of course, Dolph Ziggler, Kevin Owens. We need him in the same match for a 13th time, apparently. I mean, these guys are going to break Ric Flair's record in matches against each other. The match itself wasn't a bad match. Had quite a few high spots in it. Clearly, Ambrose against Owens was the best part of this match when they had their tussles with each other. There's like I was saying, a couple high spots. Dean Ambrose, diving onto everybody on the outside. Freaking Kevin Owens powerbombing Tyler Breeze to the outside onto those guys who were out there. Dolph Ziggler running up the rope, grabbing Dean Ambrose and doing a face buster from the top rope. I mean, a lot of back and forth in this match. The guys who were in it, even though I don't think they deserved to be or knew they wouldn't win, actually did really well. This match went on for about 20 minutes. Went through a couple commercial breaks. The ending of this, and yes, as I always do, I write this stuff down. Raw's long. I have to take notes, okay? Yeah, Starbuck hit a disaster. Starbuck. I keep calling him Starbuck. You know what? Screw it. I'm keeping it. From now on, Stardust is officially Starbuck for me, okay? Starbuck hit a disaster kick to Tyler Breeze. Then a super kick by Owens to Starbuck. Then he got all four of them into the corners, all four guys, and he did a cannonball on three of them to Dolph Ziggler, Dean Ambrose, and Starbuck. Yes. And then Tyler Breeze got up and gave him a super kick. Well, Dean Ambrose tried to do the dirty deeds onto Tyler Breeze, and as he was about to do it, Dolph Ziggler came in, hit a zigzag onto Ambrose, so you ended up getting a zigzag dirty deeds combo. And then you had a pop-up powerbomb from Kevin Owens, and Kevin Owens, rightfully so, became the new Intercontinental Champion tonight. You already know they're going to set up a match between these two. That got announced later, because after the match, he ended up having an interview, wanting her to tell him how great he was and how he was right. And Ziggler interfered, challenged him, and he says, nah. But they announced it later. So what was the point? Why? I'll get to that in a second. So it was a good match. And it should have been the main event. Not all those guys are great. I'm not a huge Tyler Breeze fan, but I know what he can do in the ring, and he deserves a fair match. He deserves at least a main event spot 1 week. That's not an 8-man tag where he's in 30 seconds and gets pinned. Oh, my nose is itching. I'm sorry. So then you had Dean Ambrose do an interview after they came back from commercial, and they asked if he was shocked what happened. He says he's never shocked with what the Authority does, but he's mad, he's angry, and he sees the silver lining, basically. He sees bigger things ahead for him. And that everything that the Authority does, he's using it as motivation. And that he will beat Brock Lesnar. He will beat Roman Reigns. He will go to WrestleMania. He will beat Triple H. And he will be the next WWE World Heavyweight Champion. The way they built this with him, you almost believe he's going to win this match. It's like they're trying to bait you into believing Dean Ambrose will win this match. But truth be told, he's not going to. You know he's not. That Roman's going to win this unless there's some miracle they actually don't go that route and they do this with Roman or with Dean. But truth be told, and I'll talk about it more on my predictions this weekend, I know Roman's probably going to win this. They've got what they want. So, moving on. So then Kevin Owens comes up and he has the interview. Ziggler challenges him. Why, if you know you were going to make this a match at Fastlane, why couldn't you have Owens just step up and say, okay, you want some of me, big guy? Let's go. You and me at Fastlane. Ziggler put the challenge out there, and you just had Owens. The chicken shit, this was the problem when he was the champion the first time. They made him a chicken shit. They made him I'm not going to really fight you. I don't really feel like it. But then they would do stuff after the build that you had where he was straight up on Dean Ambrose. He wanted a piece of Dean Ambrose. He gets the title back, and he's right back to being a chicken shit. Really, really creative. That's what you do. Kevin Owens is a fucking beast in the ring. He is class personified with wrestling. I'm so sorry that he is overweight and he's not what Kevin Dunn and Vince McMahon think should be the prototypical wrestler. Oh, I'm sorry, superstar. He's a fucking wrestler from the indie scenes who is better than 90-some-odd% of your stupid-ass roster. So you go ahead and you make him a chicken shit heel again. Congratulations. You could have just put it, yeah, you want it, you've got it. But whatever, fine, WWE. You're going to keep doing what you want to do. The only thing I hope is you take this, you let Sami Zayn do double duty at Mania, and you put him against Kevin Owens, because that's what you should do, because that's what makes the most sense. I'll talk about that on my preview and predictions as well. Moving on. New Day comes out. They announce that rather than defending their titles like they should be, they're going to be on the first ever Cutting Edge Peep Show with Edge and Christian. And it'd probably be a funny segment, but they're going to do that at Fastlane instead of actually wrestling. So then they start talking crap about Edge and Christian, and they brought up something that happened all the way back in September. Wow! Someone in creative remembered something. Kazoos. I wish I had one. I'd totally play it right now because they reek of awesomeness. I am looking forward to their new show that's coming on after Fastlane. I actually am looking very much forward to it. It looks freaking awesome. And anytime I can see Edge and Christian together in the ring is a plus. So that will probably be the highlight of Fastlane, I'm just going to say. But then they also talked about Mark Henry, talked about he could have been the world's largest unicorn. Instead, he was the world's largest booty hole. What is New Day's obsession with booty? Anyone have the answer? I don't know. I'm curious. If you have the answer, put it in the comments. Why do they love booty so much? But that was part of it. They had a match. Well, Big E had a match with Mark Henry. The match was okay for a couple big guys. Mark Henry was pretty dominant in the match. Big E tried to go for a big ending. Mark Henry got out of it. I was kind of cooking dinner during that match. That's how much I actually cared to watch the match. I caught the end with Mark Henry laying there after he fell and hurt his shoulder, and Big E pinned him. And so I don't know, maybe Mark Henry got hurt. I hope not, because the dude's planning on retiring soon, and I kind of would like for him to get a WrestleMania match. At least a pre-show. Put him in the Memorial Battle Royal or something. You know, let him have his Mania match. Well, they kept talking about it, like I said, trying to build off of Daniel Bryan and what he did. So they had Brie come out to get an interview from Byron Saxton so they could talk about Daniel Bryan and what's going on with him next, and so they could talk to her about her match. Before she could even get going on the question, Charlotte came out. And while my friend sat here and was actually interested, which I think is a plus, I sat here not giving a fucking shit. And I'll tell you why. While Charlotte is starting to grow on me as a heel with Ric Flair, I hate to say it, she's starting to come off a little too scripted. She's borderline annoying, okay? I love her in-ring work. She's great in the ring. But what the hell was the point of this? She comes out, talk about, I'm so sorry about Daniel. I felt so bad seeing it, being clearly sarcastic. So I give her an A+ for pulling off the sarcastic part. She could have been telling the truth. Who cares? Talking about how Daniel was in a league of his own, and Bree's like, he is. Oh, he not was. I'm just correcting you. Like, it was like a nitpick fight between the two of them. And she talked about how, you know, Nikki is hurt and how she needs to go back and be the good wife and the good sister. It just made no fucking sense to me why they even had this. They were trying to simply put, this is why I had the biggest issue, was, and I have nothing personal against Brie. She's a decent wrestler, but yeah, that's right. I rolled those eyes, kind of, yeah. They're trying to build her sympathy off the fact that her husband just retired due to an injury. Cheap pop. That's all it is. They wanted a cheap pop and build her up as a bit more of a face. It's come out. It's a rumor. I don't know if it's true yet, but the rumor is she's retiring just after or before WrestleMania to become a mother. So you know she's not going to win the match. That they're going to have Charlotte go to Mania. They just want to have her go out as a face. But they tried to... So this is what? Nikki comes back as a face eventually? I guess. If Nikki does come back. So, yeah, but Charlotte kept trying to get her to go, kept trying to get her to forfeit. I don't know. Brie ended up fighting her and did a couple kicks to the chest, some yes kicks, whatever they want to call them. And like I said, it was basically just to get Brie support because she's Daniel Bryan's wife. Whatever. So then you have Jericho come out for commentary. He came out for the AJ Styles Miz match. And he was very vocal about AJ and AJ's time in Japan and how he is a world-class athlete, how he's not a rookie, but he's a rookie in the WWE, and how he needs to earn and make his way up just like he did, and eventually he can be on a level of a Chris Jericho. Now, as far as the match itself, and yes, Jericho did pretty damn good on commentary. I just found it become a little bit nauseating, constantly talking about... He became repetitive with what he was saying. Yes, he beat him on SmackDown, and that's what this was, for Jericho to basically set up a match with AJ for Fastlane, and I'll get to that in a second. The match itself was good. AJ showed why he is the best. Miz actually put on a good performance. Miz is a decent mid-card wrestler. He should never have been WWE champion, although I did like his run because it wasn't John Cena. The match, Miz, he went right for him. It was a back-and-forth thing, but AJ reversed the skull-crushing finale at one point and got him into a cradle. He got out of it. Miz ran at him in the corner, and he ended up getting a calf killer. It's not the fucking crusher, okay? Why do you have to change it? Calf killer. What? Some kid's gonna go out and shoot. I gave you the calf killer. Bang, 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 bang. Come on, WWE. Is it really that big of a deal? The word kill? I heard him saying the word kill last week. Oh no. Kids are gonna say the bad word. So yes, AJ got the win with a calf crusher. And then afterwards, Jericho got the mic, started to go, oh, congratulations. And AJ just cut him off. Says, look, I know why you're here. I know what you want. You want to gloat. You beat me last week. Okay, good. Okay? But here's what I know what you really want. It's eating you up inside that I beat you in my first match in the WWE. He says, so it's tied up. Let's do it. They want it. You want it. AJ, Y2J, 3. And I am all for that. I love watching AJ Styles. And he says, let's do it at Fastlane. Jericho, in a heel fashion, and I'm really seeing this heel turn happening. Crossing my fingers. I love Jericho heel. Says, I don't know if I want to wrestle you. I'll think about it. I'll let you know on SmackDown. And just leaves. That was great. That was the best part of the match. It was a good part, the best part. I'm stuttering. It was great. So we have to wait till SmackDown for Jericho to say yes or no. I have a feeling he's going to do it in a way that turns him fully heel. Attacking AJ when AJ's getting ready to have a match, or he calls AJ out there and then punches him in the face, something. I'm crossing my fingers that that's what happens. Nope, page 1, gone. So then they talked about the Dudley Boys attacking the Usos. Why did they do that? Oh, the Dudley Boys attacked the fan favorite Usos. I don't like the Usos. They say Uso. I say ooh, no. The Dudley Boys came out. They called out the Usos. Said, oh, but wait. Oh, that's right. They're probably not here because what happened last week. And they showed them getting attacked, put through tables last week. This was a good promo. Before I even get into it, this was a good promo. Seeing Bubba Ray do his Bully Ray antics, I love. Bully Ray in TNA was the best part of Bubba Ray Dudley's career. Aside from all the tag team titles he had with the Dudleys, in my opinion, in any part of his singles career, that was the best part. The Bully Ray character is what put him where he was. Rumor is WWE might be going with that. They've already made reference to it on SmackDown. Dude's a former world champion. Will it ever be acknowledged in WWE? No. But the dude was a world heavyweight champion. Maybe he will be again. At least an Intercontinental champion. Give the dude some single gold. Anyways. So Devon started off, says that people seem to think since they came back after 10 years that it was just going to be the good old-fashioned Dudley Boys. But they are not a nostalgia act. They are not a Guns N' Roses farewell tour group. They are the baddest team in professional wrestling today. And I do not disagree with that. Have they kind of become a little stale? Yes. But they are still the best tag team, the most pure tag team you have in pro wrestling right now. At least for the WWE. Then Bubba Ray goes on to say, no more tables. In case you didn't know, no more tables. They will not be remembered for their table spots. If you want to see that, go to the WWE Network. You can watch it. But they will be remembered as being a 9-time WWE Tag Team Champions. 19 combined World Tag Team titles between every company they've ever been in. That is what they will be remembered for. Like I said, I love the Dudleys. Them being heel is what they needed, and they are playing it well. They are playing it well. Why? Because they're veterans. They know what the fuck to do. You don't have to script them. Let them go out there, let them talk. And like I said, it was a good promo. So then this match was a little odd, and usually I don't give a shit about women who are on divas, or total divas, total shit, whatever you want to call it. Summer Rae against Paige. Paige was aggressive. Summer Rae looks like she's actually been practicing wrestling. She was better. She's not like a level of Sasha Banks, but she was better than she usually is. I was thoroughly surprised and actually genuinely happy. It was a good match. But Summer Rae got the win with a small package. That was shocking. But I'm moving on. Paul Heyman came out. He talked about Brock going to be winning the match, being the next WWE World Heavyweight Champion, but he has something to say, and he wanted to say it to Roman Reigns' face. So Roman Reigns comes down, of course, blah, 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 through the crowd, change it up, Roman, change the outfit, do something different, okay? Okay. Comes out. Heyman says that he respects him and thanks him for coming down. But he's going to be honest that he doesn't believe that Roman can beat Brock Lesnar, or that Ambrose can beat him, or the two combined cannot beat Brock Lesnar at Fastlane. And in a real fight, Brock would probably beat the fuck out of both of them. But that Brock is not his only issue, and they're really pushing this hard, this Dean Ambrose, Roman Reigns tension. He says that Reigns doesn't just have Lesnar as enemy. He's got Ambrose as an enemy. And Heyman put this in such a way, it was beautifully said. Perfect, note for note. It was beautiful. He put it to him that some of the best superstars in history have had choices. And that Reigns can't have both his best friend, the man he calls his brother, and his daughter. He says he knows he wants to go win this match. He wants to go to WrestleMania. He wants to beat Triple H. He wants to come home to his daughter and his wife and say that he did it, that he's the WWE World Heavyweight Champion. But he can't do that if he's going to be friends with Dean Ambrose. That he has to choose. That there's guys who choose their friends and they end up in divorce courts. And people booed, so I know that was a reference to somebody. He says, then there's those who choose to win, choose the championship, and they sit alone in the locker room and often stand alone in the ring. And that Roman has to make that choice, that he can't have it both ways. Well, Roman's, I just appreciate that. Thanks for telling me face to face. I'm Roman Reigns, boom, Superman punch. I mean, okay, it was a decent promo, okay? He appreciated it, and he knows what he has to choose. But him and Dean, they've fought before. They're good. They know what they both want, and that there's no problems, and that he's going to win, and he knows Paul Heyman will believe that. So Paul leaves. That was the basis of what he said. Paul walks away. Then the Dudley Boys attack him. Dean Ambrose comes out for the save. The Dudley Boys leave. Set him up a match for SmackDown. And Ambrose grabs Roman and tries to give him the dirty deeds. The crowd popped. Yes, yes, yes. They wanted that. And he just told him, you need to be quicker than that, pal. And then they fist bump. I don't even want to talk about it. My brain is like on fire. I'm so sick of hearing about this. I just want it to happen. If you're going to turn Dean heel, just do it. Just get it out of the way. He's not the champ no more. Whatever. Can we just get this over with? We already know Roman's going to win this match. Just do what you're going to do. They talk about the Vincent J. McMahon Legacy of Excellence Award and how no one's ever deserved it, but now someone does, and that next week it's going to be presented. Odds are it's going to be The Undertaker that receives this award. This is going to set up a WrestleMania match. That's what this award's being set up. It is not an award of real prestige. It is simply being used as the device to set up a match. That is it. Ceremony will be ended with someone coming out. It's probably going to be The Undertaker, who is the guy who's the recipient. Him or John Cena. One of those two men will win this award. Mark my words, when you look at this, when you see Raw next week, you're going to look back and go, well, Zach was right. And anyone who else is on YouTube is going to be saying the same thing right now. John Cena or Undertaker could be the one who wins that award, and they will be the one who walks out to challenge the other one for a match at WrestleMania. Mark my words. Cena, you know how he is. He's already been back in the gym since the day after his surgery back in January. He will be ready. He might not be able to wrestle till Mania, but he can be there to help build this match. Moving on. Zack Ryder versus Heath Slater. I didn't watch this match. I don't give a fuck about the social outcast. I saw Zack Ryder on NXT this week. Zack Ryder deserves a hell of a lot better. But whatever happened, I know Heath Slater won. I didn't watch it. I'm just going to be real with you. I'm sorry. Then you had R-Truth and Goldust in another moment. R-Truth's at a date with some chick. Goldust shows up to serve champagne, spews it all over the chick, and he leaves. Do y'all want me to talk about this, or can I move on? Please? Thank you. Okay, I'm moving on now. So then, they announced the Intercontinental Championship match, which I already touched base. They should have just I'm not getting into it. I'm going to get mad again. A match that also I didn't really care to watch. Lucha Dragons and Neville versus Del Rio, Sheamus, and Rusev of the League of Fucking Losers. Match was okay. Lots of aerial assaults by Lucha Dragons. And the double stomp off the top rope by Del Rio for the win on Sin Cara. Then they had the Black History Month spot for Booker T. It was nice. It was good. Well put together package. They left out something, but like my friend said, they're not going to put that in there, so why should I harp on it? I'm just going to let it go. No, I'm not. I'm not going to let it go. He didn't come to WWE just because he wanted to come. He came because WCW got bought out by WWE, so therefore they bought out his contract. But hey, who's keeping score? Moving on. Becky versus Naomi. This was a squash match. This was a filler match. It lasted like 3 minutes. Becky Lynch, well more deserving of things. But they had to do something to promote the match for Fastlane, so they did. And then she got attacked. Sasha came out. They left. Sasha looked hot as fuck. So did Becky. I would love to see a three-way. Moving on. Then they kept having these packages about the Wyatts all night, taking down the titans of the WWE. And who were these titans? Well, they were Kane, and they were Big Show, and Ryback. Shout out to JD from New York. Bro, if there was ever a night that you could promote your t-shirt, this was the night. All 3 men in the ring at one time. Dude, I'm buying you a whole fucking store of NyQuil, bro. Someone send this video to JD. I've got you some NyQuil, man. You know they're going to be in a match at Fastlane together against the Wyatts. Bro. God, I am so sorry. Yes, follow JD from New York 206 on YouTube and go buy his t-shirt. It's Get Off My TV. It's got the Big Show silhouette. It's beautiful. I have one, and I should actually be wearing it right now because this is just the best time in the world. So yes, follow JD, tag him in this, let him know that he's got support. Anyways, yeah, there was a match that was supposed to happen. This was definitely sleepy time. But Bray Wyatt spoke. The Wyatts, they basically talked about the world as a slave, and he'll walk through hell and destroy the machine, and that the people need to make a choice. And that was to either wake up or run, basically. But he'll make the choice for them if they don't. That he, just like he did Big Show, Kane, and Ryback. The match itself, it was a match. I didn't see anything special from Braun Strowman, especially since they're talking about a match with him and Undertaker. Nothing special. I mean, he attempted a suplex, which is more than I could say Roman Reigns has done in the past. But it was slow, and Big Show was sloppy. He's getting old. He's slow. No one wants to see him. Just get him out of my way. I don't want to see him no more. But then, yeah, the match ended with a DQ. Big Show won. It lasted 3 minutes. And the rest of the time was them attacking Big Show, then attacking Ryback when he came out. And then Kane came out from the ring, hellfire and brimstone. Question of the day. What year is it? Is it 1999 or is it 2017? Guess we'll have to look that up, right? It's 2017 or 2016. Wow, I'm getting way ahead. But we'll probably have this issue next year too, so we'll probably still be asking ourselves the same fucking questions. But it's 2016, right? So you get my point. Why do we still have Kane and the Big Show and now Ryback, who no one likes, the Goldberg 2.0, in the ring at the same time? They clear out the Wyatts. This is supposed to be a team. You're supposed to be building up so they can face Brock Lesnar as a trio, a group. And they get ran off by Big Show, Kane, and Ryback. Anyways, thank you all for watching this video. I am Zach from the Yo Bro Gaming Reviews. If you like this video, hit that like button. Raw, overall, I'm not giving it a fucking score because it sucked. It was Monday Night Raw, go-home show, and it was terrible. Please follow and subscribe to all our social media. All the stuff is down below. And just a reminder, I am setting up a new Twitter account this week, so if you are following us, I will put that link in a video, probably NXT. Follow us to there. I'll have the link. So, thank you one and all. I am Zach. Peace out. God bless America. And I'll see you guys all in my next video. Deuces. Mambo number 5. A Macarena. I don't know the song to Macarena. What's the word? The word. What's Macarena? Macarena. Yeah, Macarena. Tell me. Raw. This is what Raw does to people. Raw. People go crazy. Raw makes you insane.